So while you're getting your props together, we'll get started. So yeah, today, block and a roll. Just watch me for a second. So in a past class, we actually focused on pressing down through the inner arches of the feet, right? So if you were to look at your hands, it's almost like you're pressing down the big toe, the thumb, and the pointer finger. You're pressing that inner side of the foot down. Okay, as we do that, it's almost like the outer edge of the foot tends to lift up. So today, the intent is to stay present, to stay grounded by grounding through the whole tripod of the foot. So for that, you not only press through the heel, not only press through the big toe side of the foot, but then you also press the outer edges of the feet down as well.
This is the pose I was born to do.
Yes, we were all born for this. We were made for this. Okay.
My extra flat feet, this is how I stand all the time.
With what?
With my extra flat feet, this is how I stand all the time.
Well, something interesting about flat feet, oftentimes this happens. Like this.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas actually pressing down the outer side does a whole different thing in the legs. And so then actually the arch starts to lift. Okay, and another way to add on to this is you'll actually spread the toes out and then you kind of land the toes back down onto the floor. Okay, so we'll start standing today. Have your props nearby. Stand on your mat. Okay. And our warm-up, our pranayama, is just to start bouncing. So it's like you had a little spring in your heels that was lifting up, bouncing down. And the pranayama is just to pay attention to your breath as you do this. Because after about, 10 seconds of bouncing, generally your breath starts to shift. And sometimes there's even a natural like that wants to come out. So as you just continue to bounce, let your whole body bounce up and down. Relaxation in your joints. This also helps strengthen through your feet muscles. And then to add a little pranayama, the intention is to inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 8 seconds through your mouth. Go for 3 breaths like that as you continue to bounce. After your 3rd breath, come to stillness, close your eyes. Get present to the sensations in your feet. You might already feel some heat generated in your calf muscles, some activation along the feet. Press your heels into the floor. In order to do that, you may have to lean your weight back a little. We're often leaning forwards in anticipation. Lean your weight more into the heels of your feet. Then in the ball of the foot, beneath your big toe, there's an area of this mound of the ball of the foot you can press down. Start to press down the heel and the big toe mound of the ball of the foot. From there, spread your toes out as wide as you can, and then reach the outer edges of the feet also down. So you're pressing now through the heel, the big toe side of the foot, and the little toe side of the ball of the foot. As you do that, and you really press down, the arch of your foot lifts. For a few breaths, just get a sense of what it feels like to be recreating and strengthening the muscles that will rebuild in March. Sometimes we think flat-footedness is a curse or genetic or stuck with it, but it has to do with the muscles in the feet. Because of that, depending on how you work it out, how you use these muscles, you can train your feet to change shape. Okay, adding in one more move. Imagine my hands were my feet, and you'll start to swivel your feet in the floor, okay? They're stuck in the floor, right? They're grounding down, so they're not lifting up to really turn, but it's almost like you're turning from the ankles. First, swivel your feet inwards. Continue to press down through the 3 points of the foot. Now swivel the toes and feet. Continue to press down through the heel, big toe side of the foot, the little toe side of the foot. Okay, that's another way that you can always practice active feet, is this swiveling your feet in different directions. And it's very subtle, but you will feel it in your feet. Okay, let's activate our calf muscles a little more. Bring your heels close together. Toes are facing outwards. From here, calf raises. So on your exhale, lift your heels up. Inhale, lower the heels down. Go for 15. When we swivel the toes out, we're now actually activating the inner calf muscles. It also activates different chains of muscles going up the body and up the leg. I have totally lost count, but I think there's probably about 5 left.
Did you say 15?
15. 1, 5. Okay. From there, go ahead and bring your toes back parallel. Ground down through the 3 points of the foot. Close your eyes again. Feel into the sensations in the inner calf muscles. Now with the intention of hitting the outer calf muscles, swivel your toes inward and your heels slightly outwards. Go for 15 lifts here, lifting the heels up on exhale. Notice if you can make this smooth and control this honey falling from a spoon. Because it's one thing to just plop down or to jaggedly rise up, but feel for how these muscles have to turn on in new ways in order to help you actually lift up. And once again, I think there's about 5 left. And once you finish those, go ahead and bring toes back parallel. Spread your toes out as wide as you can. Press down through the heel, big toe ball of the foot, and little toe side of the ball of the foot. Start to practice swiveling your feet in different ways that you can get more connection between these 3 points. And your feet might be doing different things. That has everything to do with how your feet have learned to compensate and also what's going on with your hips. Okay, go ahead and make some wrist circles, reaching your arms out. If you want an extra challenge as you make your wrist circles, pick up the right foot. Change sides of the foot. Change the direction of your circles. With the foot that's on the ground, continue to press through those 3 points. And as you do so, it's almost like you lift up. There's some more force lifting you up as you press force down. Okay. Go ahead and grab your roll and lay on your back. We'll do just a little bit of abs today. That's with a roll. Have your roll in between your thighs. Your knees can either be bent or reaching up towards the ceiling. Clasp your hands behind the head and reach the elbows towards the ceiling. Inhale, expand your breath into your back. Hold your breath, curl your tailbone up, and squeeze the roll. Exhale, reach your elbows and armpits up as you continue to squeeze the roll. Continue to reach up with the 3 points of the tripod of the foot. Inhale, lower the head and shoulders down. Keep feet up. Hold your breath, press low back into the floor, curl tailbone, and squeeze the roll. Exhale, reach your elbows up, reach your triceps up. Give the roll another squeeze in between the thighs. Inhale, lower the head down. Hold your breath, press your back into the floor, curl your tailbone up, squeeze into the roll. Exhale, continue to squeeze the roll as you contract your ab muscles and lift your head up. Pull belly muscles down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders back down. Hold your breath, curl tailbone, squeeze the roll by moving your inner thighs towards one another. Exhale, reach elbows up towards the ceiling, reach armpits up a little bit more, reach your shoulder blades up a little bit more, squeeze the roll between your thighs. Inhale, continue to squeeze the roll as you slowly lower the head down. Hold your breath, press low back into the floor, curl tailbone up. Squeeze the roll and exhale, reach elbows higher. Try and get your elbows up another inch if you can. Keep squeezing the roll. Inhale, lower head and shoulders down. Hold your breath, press low back into the floor, curl the tailbone up and squeeze the roll. Exhale, reach up through your feet and reach elbows and armpits up. Try and get your shoulder blades off the floor a little bit more. Inhale, lower head and shoulders down. Exhale, go ahead and lower the feet down. Take a breather. And then here, even laying on your back, eyes closed. Feel just for connecting to the sensations that are present underneath the heels of your feet, the big toe side of your foot, and the little toe side of your foot. Especially if you have painful or interesting knee or hip or leg, or even a side of your low back that is a little more painful. Be very curious about what it feels like underneath that same side foot. Which of those points feels harder to access? Go ahead and roll onto one side. And then come into all fours, but keep the roll in between your thighs. For down dog with a roll. So for this, you'll have to continue to activate your thighs, inner thighs towards the roll. Tuck your toes under, and then lift your hips up. Even if your heels do not touch the floor, spread your toes out as wide as you can. Press down through the big toe side of the foot, and then swivel your feet or move the outer edge of the foot down so that you can connect at least through the big toe and little toe side of the foot. Inhale, lift your rib cage away from your shoulders, so that your shoulders are hiking up towards your ears. Exhale, reach down with your heels. Inhale, reach your hips straight up towards the ceiling. Exhale, press down through the tripod of the foot, even if the heel doesn't quite touch the floor. Go ahead and lower knees down for dolphin with a roll. For this, set up for dolphin, elbows to the floor, grab your upper triceps. Then lower palms back down to the floor, palms facing down for today. Relax your head, tuck your toes, press the ground away with your arms, and then lift hips up. Head stays off the floor. In this pose, see if you can now rearrange your feet around the roll so that you're squeezing into the roll. You really have some resistance to squeeze. So in my case, I had to move my feet a little closer. From there, spread your toes out. Press down through big toe and little toe side of the ball of the foot. And then start to reach your heels back and down. Send deep breaths into your low back. Good job. Lower knees on down. Okay. Sit up and place the roll off to one side. Step your left foot forwards. Come into a lunge with both knees at 90 degrees. From there, inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, ground down through the left heel. Spread out your toes. Press through big toe side of the foot, and then little toe side of the foot. Notice if that makes your left side thigh want to move out towards the left. Feel like hugging your thigh inwards like you were squeezing a roll. Half splits, hands down to the floor. You may want to block for this. Reach your hips back and then flex your toes of the left foot back towards the shin. First 3 breaths, toes are reaching up towards the ceiling. And then we'll practice some variations. In this, instead of seeing how deep you can fold forwards, feel for keeping your chest lifted, your low back straight. So instead of like collapsing and rounding, feel for just keeping your low back straight and then actually reaching the hip crest back. Okay, now outer rotation, external rotation. Rotate your foot over so the pinky toe side of the foot starts to reach towards the floor. You'll get the whole new sensations all of the leg. Inhale, reach back slightly with your left hip. Exhale, move the pinky toe side of the foot towards your ankle. Internal rotation. Go ahead and rotate the thigh inwards. So now the big toe side of the foot reaches over towards the right. Inhale, reach the very center of your pelvis back. Exhale, continue to reach back with the big toe side of your foot. Keep your toes spreading. Bring your foot back to center. Come back to lunge and step into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, one leg up. Have your feet close by, close towards one another, and reach the left foot up. Once you have the left foot up, imagine you're squeezing something between your thighs. Then reach up with the big toe side of back foot. Reach up with the little toe side of back foot. Then kick up with the heel of the back foot a little more. Good. Lower the left foot down. Ground down through the left foot. As many points as you can. Then reach the right foot up. Imagine once again, you're squeezing something between your thighs. So even though your thighs are reaching in opposite directions, they're reaching towards your midline. Reach up with the big toe side of the foot, little toe side of the foot, and then reach up with the heel. Press the ground away with foot and with hands. And then step the right foot forwards between your hands, coming to lunge 90-90. If you're in lunge, go ahead and reach your arms up. So even though you're on the top left foot, feel for pressing those 3 points down. The big toe side of the foot, little toe side of the foot, and then even the heel of the foot presses down. And then I'll do the same with the front foot. Press down through the heel, the little toe side, and the big toe side. Feel how different this pose feels now that you're actually actively pressing the floor away. Feel how that gives you more space to lengthen your ribs upwards. Splits. Put your hands down to the floor or lock. Reach your right hip back, straighten the right leg, and then flex the toes up towards the ceiling in the right foot. Once again, aim to keep your back straight, or even instead of rounding, you can watch for this move. It's like the opposite of rounding is a little back bend. So it's almost like a little back bend in your low back. Inhale and send deep breaths down towards your hips. Exhale, reach up through the little toe and big toe side of the foot. External rotation. Start to reach the little toe side of your right foot down towards the floor, not completely touching the floor, but hovering about 3 or 4 inches above the floor. Inhale, move your low back away from your hips. So it's like you're reaching your low back backwards, but your right leg stays locked into place. Exhale, flex the little toe side of right foot back. Internal rotation. Start to internally rotate the right thigh, reaching the big toe side of the foot towards the floor. From there, start to flex the big toe side of the foot back. Spread your toes out as much as you can. Inhale, make a little back bend in your low back. Exhale, press the right heel into the floor and flex the big toe side of the foot back more. Feel the sensations traveling up your legs. And swivel the foot back to center. Hands onto the floor. Step into all fours, and then lower forearms down for dolphin, one leg up. For dolphin, one leg up, this time, measure distance for the forearms. Bring your palms to face the floor. Press the floor away, relax your neck. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up, and bring your feet close towards one another. Reach up with the left foot. Press the ground away with your strong arms and reach up through the tripod of the left foot. Change sides, lower the left foot down. Press the tripod of left foot down and then reach up with the tripod of the right foot. Press your fingertips into the floor. Press your wrists into the floor, and then imagine squeezing something between your thighs. Good. Lower the right foot down. Dolphin prelude. Lower knees down. Walk your knees back. Separate your knees out to the sides of your mat. And then shift your hips back towards your heels. Palms come towards one another and reach off the floor a few inches. Relax your forehead to the floor. In this pose, you can tuck your toes under in your feet, so you also get sort of a stretch in your toes. Notice what it feels like in your whole body to send deep breaths through your core now. Then bring your torso forwards. Lay on your back. For one leg spinal twist. For one leg spinal twist, lay on your back. Bend your left knee towards chest. Straighten your right leg forwards along the floor. Good. Then left knee lowers over towards the right, twisting open. Have your arms out in a T or in a cactus or in a Y. Left knee is reaching over towards the floor on the right. Right leg straight. Even in this pose, can you activate through the tripod of the right foot and reach each of those 3 points forwards? Notice how reaching forward through those 3 points shifts sensations in your hips. To change sides, go ahead and bring left knee back towards center of the chest. Lower the heel towards the floor and then slide the left heel forwards. Pull the right knee towards chest and then lower the right knee over towards the left. Reach away from your hips and away from your knee with the active left foot. Reach forwards with the big toe, little toe, and heel of the foot. Send deep breaths through your core, washing you into the present moment even more. Go ahead and come on back to Shavasana. Make this Shavasana pose feel extra open today. So that might involve moving your feet a little further apart. It might involve rotating your arms or your thighs in a different way. But use how you create space in your core to open up space for your breath. Imagine each breath brought light into your body. Now that there's so much sensation in your legs and your feet and your body, can you use that sensation as an anchor to return to when your mind wants to wander away? Can your mind get as eager to encounter moments of restfulness as it does feel that same eagerness to activate and to move? And if not, why? Maybe you just need more practice. Start to move first from your feet, feeling how those movements in your feet travel up your legs. Then start to take bigger movements and slowly make your way up to seated. Okay, Gabe, I want you to try getting up again. Watch me first.
I remember. I
Yeah,
remember.
you remember? Okay. Retrain your neck. So first roll over, then sit up. Your head is like a rock. Yes. There you go. Next time, you smooth it out like molasses. Okay. Very good, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Yes. I look forward to seeing some of you, hopefully on Saturday.
Yeah, sorry to be missing it.
No worries. Today, continue to practice coming back to the present moment. Whenever you notice yourself like getting way out there, like feeling a little too accelerated, things are going too fast, feeling like, whoa, there always comes a time, I think, in every day where it's like, I could be a little more present right now. So use the tripod of your foot in that moment to press down, even if you're seated, even if you're walking around, connect to these 3 points just as a reminder to bring your mind back into your body, right where you're stepping. Okay? Give it a shot.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a beautiful day.